You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN.
Fans, welcome to the field,
Saturday
your
night in Abilene, Texas,
ACU
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Back-to-back home games for the first time in 2 years. It's FCS and Division II tonight. UT Permian Basin up against Abilene Christian. Good matchup on ESPN. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Zach Carlisle along with Connor Mullins, serenading coming up in just a little bit as well. A couple of teams that have a little bit of momentum after week one. UTPB against ACU here tonight.
Yeah, UTPB getting a huge win against West Texas A&M last week. 42-31 victory for Coach Kerrigan in that program. You know, really strong victory for them and a program that's really started building from the bottom in D2. Really strong win for that program last week.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of red-hot quarterbacks that go along with a couple of red-hot teams right now. We'll start with UTPB, and it has been Clayton Roberts coming off of a really good performance last week.
Yeah, Clayton Roberts had a great performance last week, earning him a spot in the Lone Star Conference Player of the Week. 6 touchdowns for him. Great performance. Coach Kerrigan's very pleased with that performance, I'm sure, as well. And we expect more from him tonight. Really strong arm. Quite the journey for him to get to Permian Basin, but a really good performance last week against the Buffaloes.
How about another guy who had a really strong performance last week for Abilene Christian, Stone Earl, just a redshirt freshman, a historic game last week.
Yeah, Stone Earl, redshirt freshman, as you mentioned. 6 touchdowns, Western Athletic Conference Player of the Week, just like Clayton Roberts was. A huge game for him against Louisiana College. 6 touchdown performance, finding the wide open receivers downfield. Was 1 touchdown away from tying the ACU record for touchdowns in history. Just a great performance from him.
A lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of talent on the field. UT Permian Basin and Abilene Christian to kick off from Wildcat Stadium is next on ESPN. Go on this Saturday night. Glad you're with us on ESPN Plus. Abilene Christian to receive it. Denver Holman, away he goes across the 30-yard line and out to the 35. And that's where ACU will get things started. And Stone Earl, the quarterback, redshirt freshman for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Stone Earl ready for a big performance today. He was the WAC Offensive Player of the Week last week. Looking for a huge performance from him today as he undergoes center tonight for the Wildcats.
And ACU will get things started at the 35-yard line. Earl and this Wildcat offense as we get things started on this Saturday night. And that looks like an offside on the first play of this game from UT Permian Basin. Right away, we're going to hear from Vidal Jones.
Offside, 94, with contact, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And so maybe a little bit of jitters for this D2 team coming on the road here tonight.
For the Falcons, you know, they're a young program. Got a lot of seniors on this roster. You know, started 6 years ago as a D2 program. Not a good way to start off here at ACU.
So ACU starts with a 1st and 5, and it is a keeper for Stone Earl, and he's got to the 50 and right away into Falcon territory after picking up 11 yards and a first. You don't see him run it as much as his backup Peyton Mansell, but he can move a little bit.
Yeah, Stone Earl, you know, Coach Dorrell said this at SMU, that he took some shots he didn't need to take at SMU. We're going to see him probably run a little bit more today after not really running that much last week against Louisiana College.
Did you see that offensive line? One of the more athletic ones that Coach Dorrell says he has had in his time at ACU. A lot of transfers and a lot of youngsters on that line. Earl keeps, throws, and that is caught. Taylon Williams' first catch of the season for the redshirt junior out of Euless, Texas. A lot of weapons for this Abilene Christian offense, and a couple of question marks coming in. Would we see running back Jeremiah Dobbins not out there to start the night? And would we see wide receiver Alex Spadone also not out there to start the night for the Wildcats, who face a 2nd down and 4? And Earl is under pressure, running away. And a pass is tapped and incomplete as he was looking for that sideline.
Yeah, we're seeing Stone move around a little bit, get some mobility in the pocket. Looks very comfortable starting out, just making something happen with his feet, finding the open receiver off the run he has.
this UT Permian Basin defense, a 3-3-5 setup, that defensive line. And the line together has just 4 tackles so far on the season. It's a linebacking core that features 3 juniors. And do we have a timeout on the field before a 3rd and 4? And there's that secondary for UTPB. First time out of the game. 1 minute in.
Start on the snap.
Down and 4, and they're going to hand it to Anthony Smith, and he is not going to gain a yard on that play. UTPB comes up from the linebacking core. Myquan Mays, the junior from Dallas, gets it to 4th down for ACU, and an early decision here for Coach Adam Dorrell, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to go for it.
Yeah, Myquan Mays, he got 11 tackles on the season, 8 solo, 3 assisted. He's a leader of that defense. It's going to be interesting 3rd and 4 here for the Wildcats.
So an early decision, and they are going to go on 4th down. Clark, the top receiver in motion. They're going to dump it to Smith, and he's got to make a move, and he's not going to get it. In fact, he's going to go 3 yards the opposite way. How about this Permian Basin defense making a stop on the opening possession of the game?
Yeah, you got Levon Barnett, the defensive back, junior out of West Palm Beach, Florida, making a big play there on Anthony Smith. This secondary is really a strong point for this Falcons defense, and it was evident there on that 3rd down play.
So after the early jump off side and ACU gets right into UTPB territory, the Falcon defense makes a spectacular stand. And now Clayton Roberts and this Falcon offense on the field for the first time. We'll talk about them in a second. He's going to hand it off, and this is Nate Tilford, the stud running back transfer from Arizona. No gain on the play, and here is Clayton Roberts for UTPB. A nice week last week.
Yeah, Clayton Roberts, what a story he has. 6 touchdowns last week against a West Texas A&M team that is very strong in the Lone Star Conference. Quite the dominant performance in their home win against the Buffaloes.
We'll hear more about Clayton Roberts' story coming up as we go here tonight. It's another handoff, and it is Tilford on the ground, and that's an open field tackle from Alex Spadone, the safety for Elijah Moffitt, the redshirt freshman safety. And that'll give UTPB its first 3rd down of the night.
Yeah, Clayton Roberts really got to get something going alongside Tilford, trying to find a balance between passing and running. You know, a little bit of mix of that early. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Let's see what Clayton can do here.
Yeah, 50% on 3rd down so far through their first 2 weeks of the year. 2-0 start for this Falcon team. Roberts to throw for the first time. Batted and picked. Intercepted. Torrey Hargrove comes up with it. That is the first takeaway for this ACU defense this year. It's a tip drill interception for Hargrove.
Yeah, Dorrell mentioned earlier this week that he was looking for his defense to force some turnovers. We can see here Clayton Roberts looking for MJ Link, the reliable wide receiver, Torrey Hargrove, just in the right spot at the right time for this ACU defense to get their first turnover of the season after 8.5 quarters of football.
How about that? And that is just a flat-out drop from Link, the junior from Lakeland, Florida, usually sure-handed, coming in with 10 catches and 3 of those for touchdowns this year. So a turnover on downs for Abilene Christian. A turnover on an interception for Permian Basin, and here comes ACU back to work with Tyrese White on the ground. And he'll pick it apart for 6 on 1st down to the 35-yard line with Mays on the stop.
Yeah, Tyrese White, the senior here at Senior Day at ACU. Good solid run to start out this drive after the turnover. Maybe getting some momentum swinging their way to get this drive going.
So 2nd down and 4, and this is an ACU offense that has really tried to emphasize balance with White and company, and now they toss it here. This is Davion Johnson, and he can absolutely fly from the slot receiver spot, and down he takes it inside the 25-yard line for a first down for ACU. So we take a look more at this ACU offense, and when they're on this side of the field, our impact players here tonight, Darius Lewis and Kobe Clark, so good offensively for Permian Basin. Trent Ward and Dante Stewart have been good in that secondary.
Yeah, Dante Stewart and Trent Ward, great defensive backs for this Falcons defense. You know, Dante Stewart's got 14 tackles on the year. Trent Ward got 10 tackles on the year. Both of them have interceptions. And then for ACU's side, Darius Lewis had a career game last week against Louisiana College, 131 yards off of 4 receptions and a touchdown. And Kobe Clark, just a very reliable receiver for the Wildcats.
Earl, play action. He's going to loft one up for Clark, and it is out of bounds toward that boundary. Double coverage there. Permian Basin, they're going to put a little emphasis on ACU's number 1 receiver. Clark has had 7 touchdowns in his last 6 games.
Yeah, Kobe Clark, you know, he's been very consistent so far this season. You know, 6 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown against SMU, 4 receptions for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Very consistent receiver, the former walk-on out of Sweetwater. Great wide receiver for the Wildcats. That's who they look for. And for the Permian defense, you're going to see Dante Stewart really taking that guy apart today.
Clark on an end around takes it down to the 20, and so the Wildcats will face another third down. 3rd and 6 coming up for ACU. They inch closer to the red zone for the first time in the ball game. And now a quarterback switch for 3rd and 6. Peyton Mansell, the backup, who was the starter all last year.
Peyton Mansell, the starter last year, as you just mentioned. More of a dual threat quarterback for the Wildcats. Let's see how the Falcons defense responds.
Yeah, let's see if they utilize his legs here on 3rd down. They need the 14. Mansell's going to keep it. And he is going to come up well shy. And again, Permian Basin makes a stop on 3rd down.
Yeah, big time play by the linebacker, Mike Juan Mays, coming up with another big play on 3rd down for the Falcons defense.
So they decide to go quarterback, fake toss, and keep on 3rd and 6. And now they'll settle for a field goal. Blair Zapata is going to come out. 37-yard try.
Yeah, Wildcats need to capitalize on the turnover that they just forced. Let's see if they can get some points here.
Second attempt of the year for Zapata, and this is no good. Wide right. He made a 47-yarder in the season opener at SMU. Pushes this one wide right. ACU comes up empty on their second drive of the game. Permian Basin on offense when we come back. Back at Wildcat Stadium, a building that opened in 2017, 5th year of this beautiful facility in Abilene, Texas. UT Permian Basin's got a couple of stops defensively. Now they go to the ground game as they start their second drive of the night with Nate Tilford. Here's ACU's head coach Adam Dorrell, 5th year at ACU. For Coach Dorrell got here when the stadium was built, 14-26, and coming off of a big home win last week that they very much needed after coming off of just that 1-win COVID year in 2020.
Coach Dorrell really looking for some competitive maturity today. You know, after that SMU loss, it wasn't really a good showing of what this ACU team can do. And last week, an NAIA program. Today, you're seeing a D2 program, more of a at ACU's level a little bit. Going to see more from this ACU team today of like that competitive maturity that Coach Dorrell's been talking about all week, taking every game seriously. And after last year's D2 loss to Angelo State.
Roland Williams makes a nice play defensively there. So he taps it away. And they were looking for Jordan Smart down the sideline. And Clayton Roberts, a junior from Houston, sets up a 2nd down and 10. A lot of weapons for Roberts on this offense. ACU sends 4. Down the sideline, MJ Link, the junior from Florida. Had one go off his hands for an interception earlier. Incomplete here as we take a look at the impact players when the Falcons are on offense. One of them was Link, one of them Smart. Both of them have had targets here on his drive. And then Hunter Keir and Ryan Stapp for ACU defensively.
Yeah, Jordan Smart, the freshman wide receiver, 9 receptions, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 5 of those receptions last week were 2 touchdowns against the Buffaloes of West Texas A&M. MJ Link, junior receiver, 10 receptions, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. 8 of those receptions last week for 140 yards. And then on ACU's defense, just another really good core of Hunter Keir and Ryan Stapp.
On the sideline, that's a great catch from Jordan Smart. 10th grab of the year for the freshman from Round Rock, Texas, right at the marker, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, we just mentioned him as an impact player, and he's already making plays for the Falcons.
That is great along the sideline. Get it to Smart. 10 of his catches, 3 of them are for touchdowns this year. Him and Link each have a combined 6 TDs on the season. UTPB tries to get things going on the ground again. Tilford had a nice run to start the drive. Now he picks up a yard here. Dre Jones in there defensively. Hunter Keir as well from the linebacker spot.
Hunter Keir has 12 tackles and a TFL so far this season. Ryan Stapp, 13 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 2 pass breakups. But I think this game really starts in the trenches, kind of like Coach Kerrigan mentioned earlier this week. So I think you're going to really see this Falcons offense try to run up the middle and get some movement with their offensive line.
And now a throw to the middle, and that is caught. And that is Matt Zubiade, the tight end, over the middle, and he takes it for 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, just a good read by Clayton there to find the open receiver. Starting to get some offensive momentum going for the Falcons.
Greg Green on the tackle. Just the 3rd catch of the young season for Zubiade, the junior from El Paso. Coming off of a very dominant second half performance against West Texas A&M is UTPB in that big win over the Buffaloes, a top 25 team in Division II. And there's Tilford who picks it up for 3 yards. Hard to describe what a win like that means. This is a team that has won 8 straight games in just their 6th year of college football. This has really been a remarkable job by head coach Justin Kerrigan.
Yeah, you can't speak highly enough of Coach Kerrigan for what he's done for this program to build it literally from the ground up as a D2 program 6 years ago. Just great program building win last week. 2nd
down and 7. Handoff here, and a good second effort to get inside the 40-yard line. As ACU was there defensively. That was a hand to Kevin Young Jr., a freshman out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Listed as 3rd on the depth chart for UTPB. Arian Walker we haven't seen out there as the backup running back. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Falcons just inside the 40. You figure if they don't get this, this is probably 4-down territory where they would go for this. Just inside the 40. Roberts going to sneak it. Looks like he got it. Depends on the spot, but it appears he's got the first down.
Yeah, a good little read there from Roberts to get the first down. Quick snap, just move forward and let your O-line do the rest.
We were talking about it coming in. It's an offensive line that has just gone through so much for UT Permian Basin. In the spring, didn't have a single guy. They had defensive linemen playing center. And then they get to the fall, and they feel like they've found a group that's starting to figure it out a little bit, but they need a little bit more cohesiveness. Talk about that in a second. 1st and 10. Roberts to throw it. Down there where nothing was doing. Kobe Robinson, who leads the team in catches. He is thrown down at the line of scrimmage.
Torrey Hargrove again here on the play. Already has the interception. Just makes another big tackle. Roberts here. Finds the open receiver. Just a big-time play by Hargrove there.
In open space. Hargrove, the Richard Jr. from Arlington. Only came in with 3 tackles. He's had 3 already this first quarter and an interception.
Somebody came to play.
Great start for Hargrove. Second and 10. Roberts hit as he threw that one, knocked away. Incomplete. Some kind of pressure there Looked like Kadron Johnson was there, as was Osara Obadi. 3rd and 10.
Looking for Kobe Robinson there on that play. He's got 13 receptions, 156 yards, but no touchdowns yet. Just unable to step into that throw and get it to Kobe there for the first down.
So 3rd and 10. They need the ACU 27-yard line. Wildcats rush 4. Roberts, looking for somewhere to go, nothing doing. First man home was Tyron Bradley, the freshman defensive lineman.
Carson Roberts gets the snap off, or Clayton Roberts, excuse me. Gets just eaten alive by that Wildcats defensive line. Just nowhere to go on that 3rd down play.
They did that with just a 4-man rush. This may be some kind of pooch punt here. Roberts is going to pooch punt this thing, and that is really high and really short. And it's down to the 25-yard line. That's just 17 yards of a net on that play. ACU back to work on offense in a scoreless first here in Abilene. Back in Abilene, where the UTPB quarterback Clayton Roberts has had a wild collegiate career so far. For more on that, we say hello to the 3rd member of our team, Sarah Naden.
Thanks, guys. UTPB redshirt junior quarterback Clayton Roberts has traveled a unique path to get him to where he is today. Coming out of high school in 2016, Roberts was a walk-on for UTSA, then transferred to 2 different JUCOs, where he suffered 3 ACL tears. It took some convincing, but head coach Justin Kiergan won him over to get him to campus for spring 2019. Roberts then took over last spring and led the Falcons to an undefeated 2021 season. He then was named Lone Star Conference Player of the Week after his 6 touchdown performance last week versus West Texas A&M. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Jordan Brooks-West on the catch as ACU is back to work on offense for the 3rd time. It's a turnover on downs, and then it's a missed field goal. What does drive 3 have in store? And I can't wait to just dissect even more about Clayton Roberts and that story. It is absolutely special. Great work from Sarah Nading down there on the sideline as Stone Earl wants to throw over the middle. It's tipped away, and I think getting a hand on it was Jalen Rockamore, the freshman linebacker out of McKinney, Texas. And that'll set up 3rd down and long for Abilene Christian.
Yeah, good defensive play there by the freshman Rockamore. Stone Earl looking for Jordan Brooks-West once again downfield. Just a solid defensive play.
So 3rd down and 9. ACU 0 for 2 on 3rd down to start this night. Earl, they're bringing 6. It's over the middle. It's a catch. Now where's the spot? Denver Holman caught it. They're marking him maybe just short of that 1st down.
Denver Holman. He's got 5 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown this season. Transfer from Mary Hardin Baylor.
Well, and a flag down here. So Vidal Jones going to tell us about it. It's maybe bringing it backwards.
It's not what you're looking for if you're ACU.
Yeah, ACU's backing up.
Holding, number 56, offense. 10 yards from previous spot, replay 3rd down.
So I think the question is, did they wanted to know where the spot was because they could have declined it and made a 4th and 1. Instead, they're going to back them up and go 3rd and 19. And that would have been close. That might have been maybe a half a yard shy with Holman's catch, but now it's 3rd and forever.
Yeah, for this ACU offense, you got to get into a rhythm here on 3rd down. It's a long 3rd down now.
Yeah, they're going to just run it. And they're going to go Johnson. He's going to go backwards. And how about this start? That's Dominic Varela for UTPB. How about this start for the Falcon defense coming in against a high-powered Wildcat offense?
They're a hard-hitting defense, hard-nosed football team just in general. But their defensive line Mentioned the trenches earlier. They're really showing up against this ACU offensive line. Secondary is playing really tough, hard-nosed football. You know, they got some ball hawks in that secondary with Dante Stewart, Mike Mays, Trent Ward. Got a really solid defense that's looking for takeaways, and they're not going to back down from the challenge that ACU brings today.
And you didn't see it on your screen, but that offensive line was getting talked to by head coach Adam Dorrell coming off the field there for ACU. This is a punt that's not very good. It's going to hop out of bounds at the 46-yard line from Logan Burke. UTPB's look great so far in a scoreless first. UT Permian Basin, ACU, a scoreless first quarter so far. Both defenses have been absolutely flying around, and then after the short punt for Abilene Christian, Clayton Roberts back to work and a back shoulder fade. What an incredible throw. And it is caught by MJ Link on the sideline. That is perfection from Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts is a really great throw downfield. As you mentioned, the back shoulder fade to MJ Link. Satterfield there on the tackle. This is what you're looking for if you're a Falcons offense. You got great starting position, and now you get even better position downfield on this ACU defense.
So 1st and 10 after the 23-yard pitch and catch on the sideline. They're going to hand it. This is Tilford, who he had a seam at first, and then it went away. Jordan Pop there on the edge, and Greg Green as well. Looked like if he could get outside, there may have been some green, but there is a flag down. Right at the line of scrimmage. Usually means hold. Let's find out.
The defense lined up in the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Instead, in offsides, that they let the play run just because of the lined up situation, and so they'll take the 5 yards and turn it into 1st and 5.
Even better for a Falcons offense. That's really starting to get some momentum now.
Roberts has looked great at times. He is 4 for his first 8. Has the interception that went off of Link's hands earlier in the game. Here's a fake. Roberts fade route, end zone, and that is incomplete. Looking for Link again, and that's Roland Williams in coverage.
Looks like Link was looking for a pass interference call on that one. And Roberts maybe thrown it a little bit early to his receiver. Just not quite connecting there in that play.
But UTPB in the red zone for the first time.
On the coverage for the Wildcats was number 15, Roland Williams, the third. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Falcons.
And they're going to keep it with Roberts, and he is knocked down by Trey Adams.
Number 11, Clayton Roberts on the quarterback keeper.
And so 3rd down coming up. That zone read, they decided to keep it with the quarterback that time.
Solid read by the ACU defense. Good job by Trey Adams there to just stay with the QB and come up with a good stop. Now 2nd down for the Falcons.
And Roberts a good athlete. He's got a long run of 45 this year. 3rd down and about 4. ACU brings the house. That ball's tapped away, incomplete. Greg Green knocks it down, and it is 4th down for UTPB. Great play here.
And we're really seeing the ACU defense kind of fly around today, looking for turnovers after Dorrell, emphasized it all week long. It's an unfortunate drive for the Falcons in such great starting position, but they'll settle for a field goal and hopefully get some points here on the board in the first quarter.
That was actually tipped twice. Dre Jones got his hand on it first, and then Green deflected it as well. This is Carson Roberts going to attempt a 35-yard field goal. 1 for 2 on the young season. This one is up and in for the first points of the game. It comes from the team about 2.5 hours away from Abilene. UT Permian Basin coming over from Odessa, and late in the first quarter have a 3-0 game. And the Falcons off to a great start here tonight on the road.
Yeah, Coach Kerrigan could not ask for a better start from his team. Special teams makes a huge difference. We didn't really touch on that yet, but ACU's kicker misses a field goal. UT Permian Basin's kicker makes a field goal. This game would be tied up at 3 right now had Cepeda made that field goal. But just a great start for the Falcons. Good start from Clayton Roberts. Just a really well-balanced game plan from the Falcons so far.
So after that short punt from Logan Burke, UTPB goes 5 plays, 29 yards in a minute and a half. Ends up with the field goal. And so now you figure ACU is really going to expect something from this offense to try to respond. They've moved it a little bit. Can't finish off a drive so far.
Stone Earl, you look for him to step up after being the WAC Offensive Player of the Week. 6 touchdown performance against Louisiana College. This UT Permian Basin's not giving anything up for Stone Earl. It's been more of a challenge for him so far, going 4 for 7, 15 yards.
Hayden DeCosis gonna kick it off. This is short. Rolling up. ACU took it back to the 35 last time. This is up the middle and all the way up near the 40-yard line. For the up man for ACU, Charlie Moore, it appears, a backup fullback from Cypress, Texas. Good starting field position at the 40 for ACU. What do you want to see from this Wildcat offense on this drive, their 4th of the night?
I think you have to utilize your receivers. I know you got your Kobe Clarks. You got to utilize him. He's had a huge season so far. 7 touchdowns in 6 games. Got to get their wide receivers moving. Got to get a balanced offensive line so that they can get some runs going. Stone Earl just got to do what he did last week against Louisiana College.
Drive starts at the 40. They will start through the air. Earl can move too, trying to break tackles. Takes a hit at the end after picking up 7. E.J. Gisa in there on the stop, the senior out of Samoa. Second tackle of the year. Earl got a little bit of moves there offensively. I think Mansell's a better runner, but Earl does have some legs and can go.
He definitely does. More of a pocket passer, but he can move and find the open receiver. Just unable to do it there and just use his legs.
Coaches say he likes to move to throw more so than to run. Screen to Kobe Clark, and he makes a couple of men miss and spins down to the Falcon 47 and a first down for ACU.
It's a good play there by Earl once again to get out of the pocket, find the receiver, finds Kobe Clark his favorite target there on that play.
ACU loves the motion. Talking to Coach Lamberson, the offensive coordinator, all of that as well. End of the first quarter in Abilene, Texas. In a 3-0 ball game, you're watching the WAC on ESPN. Back in a bit. Abilene, Texas on a Saturday night. Glad you're with us on ESPN Plus. Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins, serenading the whole ACUTV student-run crew. Glad you're with us here in week number 3. ACU on offense trailing 3-0 after the first quarter, and Stone Earl's going to throw. ACU looking for a big play. They're going to get it. It's Clark down inside the 25. Mark him at the 21 and a 26-yard pickup. They needed something to go right, and they go to their big play receiver.
Yeah, just like UTPB did with MJ Link, you see ACU go to their big receiver downfield, Kobe Clark. Who else could it be for the Wildcats? Splits the secondary. Stone Earl with a great throw in motion downfield to get their biggest play of the game so far, 26-yard throw to Kobe Clark.
They had 46 total yards in the first quarter. That one goes for 26 alone. And now from the 21, Tyrese White, a little bit ahead of steam here along that outside space, and White picks up close to 8 down inside the 15.
Yeah, Tyrese White, the senior running back. He's a backup to Jeremiah Dobbins, who's not playing today, but Tyrese White, just as good as Dobbins. Just a good move there by the senior running back.
Yeah, we were talking about it before we came on the air tonight, that if there's any position where the Wildcats feel confident enough to lose their top guy, it's at running back with how deep it is. Earl, with a little bit of pressure, throws back to Darius Lewis. Had a big game last week and waltzes in for the touchdown here. But there are a couple of flags down. Let's check the marker. For now, it's an 8-yard touchdown pass, but this may be coming back.
Looks like there was a hold there by the ACU offensive line. Looks like this one's going to be coming back.
Holding, number 56, offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains second down.
Dylan Howerton, the left tackle. And he made a tackle there on the edge. You saw it just out of the edge of the corner of your screen.
The penalty moves the ball back to the UTPB.
And so the touchdown turns into the ball back to the 20-yard line. And it's 2nd and 9. And this time they'll just give it back to Tyrese White, and he'll take it to the 19.
Mike Juan Mays there on the tackle again today. Seems to me like he's kind of the linchpin for that UT Permian Basin defense.
At the Falcons' 19-yard line.
So 3rd down for ACU.
Ball now spotted at the 19. It'll be 3rd and 8 for ACU.
Earl's going to throw all day. Spins out. Off to Anthony Smith, and he is down inside the 15. And ACU gets a chunk of yardage back, and now they'll send out the field goal unit. And just when you think that momentum shifts back to ACU, a penalty, and UT Permian Basin gets a stop in the red zone.
Just a great start for the Falcons to force a field goal once again for the Wildcats. They missed the first one. Let's see if they can make the second one here to tie this game up here in the second quarter.
On to attempt the field goal for the Wildcats, number 37, Blair Zepeda.
So it's a 30-yard try. Zepeda missed earlier. And from 30, he is true to tie the game.
And the field goal.
ACU goes 6 plays, 47 yards, and evens this thing up. 3-3 in Abilene. You saw some of the greats there in ACU history, including Greg Newman and Kelly Kent, Johnny Perkins, Wilbur Montgomery, Chip Bennett, Jim Lindsay, and others celebrating 100 years of Abilene Christian football. 3-3 ball game here, and Blair Zepeda will kick it off for Abilene Christian. Fair catch called and had at the 5 by Kobe Robinson, who does not have an official return yet this year, and the fair catch brings it out to the 25-yard line. So I think a lot of things to like so far would be, I think both defenses feel like they're swarming around. In particular, UTPB is kind of a bend but don't break situation right now, holding ACU to that last field goal.
Yeah, that 3-3-5 for UT Permian Basin's really working against this Wildcats offense. Just a really solid game plan by the Falcons.
So we'll see what this Falcon offense has to do. 62 yards of offense through the first quarter. And Clayton Roberts 4 for his first 10, 44 yards. And an interception. Drive starts at the 25. Quick throw to the sideline. MJ Link. That's going to be the focus, it appears, for Clayton Roberts, and ACU getting the stop there. A couple of guys out there all along the sideline. Ryan Stapp, one of them as well. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, MJ Link was a preseason All-American. According to Coach Kerrigan in some publications, he's a wideout that preps like a QB. He's just their primary target for the Falcons. Just nowhere to go on that play.
Landon Eads, number 93 on the defensive line, getting some time and getting a tackle. Freshman. And Roberts to throw. Quick throw, catch, Link in space, trying to get to the marker, and he does. Out across the 35. Great effort after the catch for Link. Coach Kerrigan says he can turn it something 5 yards into 20 or 25, and he turns it into a first down here.
We saw him do that last week against West Texas A&M. Just another example of that today with Link.
Big plays come from 5-yard catches. They recruited him out of a junior college and preseason All-American at the Division II level, MJ Link. 1st and 10 at the 36, back to the ground. And back to Nate Tilford, junior from California, started his career at Arizona, went through a coaching change and bringing in some different backs, and he felt it was time to find somewhere else to go, and they wanted to go get him from Permian Basin, and he loves it. Here, aspirations to go to the NFL. He's got his wife and a couple of kids, and we hope they're watching tonight on ESPN Plus and enjoying the broadcast here in Abilene, Texas. 2nd down and 10. Flag down. Tilford gets the carry. Gets a couple. ACU may have lined up in the neutral zone again.
It's not what you want if you're a Wildcats defense. Just another penalty.
Offside, number 5. Defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So lining up in the neutral zone, they'll take the 5 free yards and turn 2nd and 10 into 2nd and 5.
That builds some momentum for this Falcons offense. Looking to put some more points on the board.
Unexpectedly low-scoring game so far. We've 2 really high-powered offenses and 2 quarterbacks that combined for 12 touchdown passes last Saturday in their respective games. Handoff again. ACU trying to swarm it. That's a couple of yards up the middle.
It's definitely been more of a defensive game so far today in the first quarter and this little chunk of the second quarter. Defense is really coming to play and contain these quarterbacks, like you said, that combined for 12 touchdowns last Saturday.
It's Javon Davis who had that carry. He's still out there on 3rd down and 3.
Big play for you.
Yeah, they need the 46-yard line. UTPB 2 for 5 so far on 3rd down. Roberts going to keep it, and he runs right into Kadron Johnson on that ACU defensive line. That's a loss of 3. 4th down coming up.
Huge play by the ACU defense to stop the Falcons offense. Just really good blitz there to contain the quarterback.
How about that? They try the zone read, and Johnson and Dre Jones are in there. And so UT Permian Basin's going to punt it. With Carson Roberts averaging 37 yards a kick so far this year. Jordan Brooks West back deep for Abilene Christian. Kick angled towards the sideline. Not bad. I think it's going to angle out inside the 20. They'll mark it at the 18-yard line. That's a 47-yard kick. $8:50 to go in the second quarter. Abilene Christian back to work on offense, and Peyton Mansell out there, the backup quarterback, dumps it off to Kobe Clark. That screen game for ACU. Picks up 5 on 1st down, and Mansell leaves. Earl comes back in. We've seen it over the course of the last couple of weeks, this 2-quarterback system here for Abilene Christian.
It's been a very interesting system to see play out so far. Peyton Mansell, the transfer from Iowa. Stone Earl, the redshirt freshman from Birdville.
They'll give him 6 on 1st down. And now Earl's going to hand off. And a good cut, good second effort. This is Anthony Smith, and he is still going out across the 40. Little extra determination there. Took a couple of folks to bring him down. How about this? 1, 2, 3, nearly 4 broken tackles on that run.
Anthony Smith, the Texas State transfer. No Dobbins needed for this ACU offense today. Anthony Smith just doing all the work for him.
16 powerful yards from Anthony Smith. Out to the 40. Back to Smith. Give it to the workhorse, why don't you, for 4 more. That right side, we'll see if this ACU offensive line can start to get things going a little bit. They love this unit. They just have not had a lot of time together basically a lot of new faces on that line this fall.
They lost 4 starters from last season, but it's a very athletic offensive line. Starting to see them kind of have a little more cohesion today, get some decent runs going for Anthony Smith. Then to go 3rd down.
Smith had 5 touchdowns in his Texas State career. First year at ACU. 2nd down, Earl to throw. That was tipped at the line of scrimmage by Tyson Carter, the junior defensive lineman.
On 2nd down, Earl's
Didn't get to Earl, but knocked it down.
This Permian Basin defense really coming to play today, making it really difficult for the Wildcats to get any passes off, apart from screens. We saw that one big throw downfield to Kobe Clark. They're just making them work for it.
This will be the 5th 3rd down play for ACU. They are 0 for 4 so far. Here's 3rd and 6. Just 3 on the rush. Smith, a long way to go. He's going to get 1. Jaquez Taylor, the redshirt sophomore from San Antonio. 4th down. And ACU is going to punt. This defense continues to come up with a big play when they need it.
Doesn't matter the time or place. This Falcons defense really coming to play here at Wildcat Stadium tonight. Just making ACU work for every single yard. Even with Anthony Smith on that run, made 4 broken tackles nearly. So we're seeing this Falcons defense play hard-hitting, hard-nosed, just like Coach Kerrigan mentioned earlier this week.
So Logan Burke to punt it. Fair catch at the 10-yard line. 45-yard punt in a 3-3 game. Low scoring at Abilene. 3-3 ball game, 6 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Who would have guessed this? Here in week number 3, UTPB Division II Lone Star Conference. Abilene Christian FCS from the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference. And so, this is Clayton Roberts to throw, nearly picked. That's a dangerous pass as he's looking for Balin Ware on an out route, nearly taken away by Tristan Anderson on the outside.
Really good defensive play by ACU. Tristan Anderson, redshirt freshman transfer from Arkansas State. Good defensive play there. It's Clayton Roberts trying to get a rhythm going here. 6 for 13 so far after a huge performance last week.
Javon Davis, the running back, that freshman from Houston, out there for this drive. Roberts throws middle back to the same target in Ware. This time he catches it and he's only going to gain 1. Not much doing. Greg Green and company making the stop.
Yeah, Roberts finds the quick dump-off pass.
On 2nd down, the pass complete.
It's a really good defensive play again by ACU. These defenses really come into play tonight, hitting very hard, tackling well, making it difficult for both quarterbacks to find the open receiver.
Looked like Green sitting in a zone and then just goes and attacks. Ware on that play, really well done. 3rd and 9. UTPB, they're 2 for 6 so far in this opening half on 3rd down. Defensive slugfest. Roberts hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Nearly picked again by Hargrove. Pressure from Abilene Christian. Was that Garvier Freeney who got there first?
Just really good pressure here by the defense on Roberts. Nearly picked off by Torrey Hargrove again, being in the right place at the right time for the Wildcats defense.
It was Garvier Freeney who hit Roberts as he threw it. So you figure good field position here for ACU coming up. Jordan Brooks West stands at UTPB's 45 off screen. Here's the kick from Carson Roberts. Brooks West right at the 50 for that fair catch. 5:14 to go. Where's the offense? Maybe we'll see it in a bit. 3-3 game. This drive starts from the 50-yard line with 5 minutes and change to go in the 2nd quarter. ACU, good field position for the Wildcats. Best starting field position, 2nd best starting field position so far. Tyrese White searching, cutting, coming back the other way. And he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Great play by Dante Stewart. So look at the school profiles here. I mean, Odessa, Texas, not too far from Abilene making that trip. At this Division II school in the Lone Star Conference, ACU, a former member of Division II, moved up to Division I FCS in 2013. Should kind of compare the schools. UTPB, a higher enrollment than ACU, actually, when you look at it from a numbers perspective. Second down. Earl's going to throw off the fake, and that is Jordan Brooks-West. Great footwork on the sideline, and he'll pick up the first down.
You mentioned the Lone Star Conference earlier. No joke for the Falcons. Just a really good play there by Stone Earl to get this drive kind of moving a little bit.
Yeah, to your point, that's a great league, the Lone Star Conference in Division II, where ACU was all the way up till the 2013 campaign. After the Jordan Brooks-West catch. First down to the 40, back to the ground game. Back to Tyrese White, big hole this time, makes a move. Tyrese White, he powers his way. What a run, touchdown.
What a run by the senior running back. We're seeing both running backs for ACU give the Falcons defense some trouble. Just great work by the offensive line, but even better work by Tyrese White to find the seam downfield, just power his way into the end zone with a defender on his back.
How about that? He showed a little agility, a little speed, a little power, all of it on that one. As Blair Zepeda comes in for the extra point. First touchdown of this game. And the first touchdown of the season for Tyrese White. Extra point is good. 3 plays, 50 yards. And it took just over a minute, and ACU finally gets its big play and its big touchdown.
You mentioned where's the offense before the break, and we're seeing it there with a 40-yard touchdown by senior Tyrese White. Now we got to see what Clayton Roberts and this Falcons offense can do to kind of equal the amount of offense we're seeing from ACU on that drive.
That was some kind of run. See if we take another look at it. Tyrese White, this is special.
Yeah, just a great run, great vision. Just keeps the defender on his back and just powers his way in there. Not going to let him drag him down before the end zone. Just powers his way in there for the score to finally get a touchdown for the Wildcats here 4 minutes before halftime.
That was some kind of run. It was great blocking up front, too. He was not touched until he was 20 yards down the field, but White finishes it off himself. First one of the year and 6th career touchdown for White. So Zepeda will kick it off. And he'll send it out the back for his 32nd career. Oh, rather, did that go out of bounds first?
I believe it did.
Yeah, it did. I thought it was going to head towards the end zone.
Kick out of bounds. Number 37, kicking team. Ball will be placed at 35-yard line. First down.
All right, so instead of the 32nd career touchback, the 6th career out-of-bounds kick for Blair Zepeda. That's why you do the research and know all those numbers. Pretend to anyways. Ball comes out to the 35. We're UTPB. They got 4 minutes here, plenty of time to try to come down the field. They've had a hard time getting things going here the last couple of possessions. This ACU defense has looked good.
Yeah, the ACU defense really making it tough for the Falcons to get any momentum on offense. But let's see what they have in store here with their 4-minute offense.
Well, they're going to empty it out for Roberts. 7 for 15 in the half. Finds Robinson, and he'll pick up a good chunk. 9 on first down. Hunter Keir on the stop. Kobe Robinson, a junior from Odessa, team leader, 15 catches now on the season.
He's brought down after a gain of 9 yards by number 30, Torrey Hargrove. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Not opposed to using a little bit of clock. As we approach 3.5, right up the middle, Tilford. Oh, he runs into Dre Jones, but not before he gets the first down to the 47. Looked like there was a big hole initially, though, but Jones makes the play.
And we're seeing that zone read a lot from this ACU defense. Falcons kind of getting their chains moving a little bit.
At the Falcons 47-yard line. It'll be
Just good
first and
quick
10
reads,
UTPB.
quick play calls, and some quick movement from this Falcons offense with about 3 minutes to go.
I've heard
to tie this
coaches,
game up.
I've heard coaches tell me the 4-minute offense is harder to run than the 2-minute offense because you're trying to utilize clock too. Tilford, first down carry, takes it. Oh, and now did he lose it? Ball might have come out. ACU thinks it's theirs. Looked like Tilford was going to be stood up initially. Now it's whoever's on the bottom of the pile. ACU celebrating. It's theirs. It's a turnover. And that is Greg Green coming away with a football.
Another turnover for this ACU defense. 2 turnovers now in this game after not having one in their first 2 games of the season. Just pop the ball loose.
Yeah.
Worked on it all week. Greg Green comes up with it for the Wildcats.
It looked like his momentum was stopped initially, then started powering forward, and then the ball squirted out of there for Tilford. And all of a sudden, ACU, now you flip the script. They've got 3 minutes with a 10-3 lead. Huge end of this first half for Abilene Christian.
Couldn't ask for more if you're ACU right now.
So this drive starts at the 46. Earl has a huge arm, fires to the middle. And just like that, inside the 40-yard line, Darius Lewis has turned into a very big play threat for ACU. And the Wildcats will go quickly. White had the touchdown earlier. Oh, no, rather this is Anthony Smith. Tyrese White had the 40-yard touchdown run, and Anthony Smith rumbles off a dozen yards.
JT Walker with the big hit there on Anthony Smith at the end of that play. Now we see Tyrese White come back in. Let's see if he can get another big run to seal this drive up for the Wildcats.
Plenty of time, 2.5. ACU already inside to 30. It's a fake. Earl so good on the move. It is caught close to the marker, Kobe Clark. They're going to give him the first. They are. First down right at the 10-yard line to gain.
This Falcons defense is on their heels right now. AC moving very quickly, getting some quick passes off, some quick runs off to kind of keep the defense guessing. So let's see what Coach Kerrigan and this defense draw up for this drive and try to get another stop against these Wildcats.
Offensive coordinator Josh Lamberson says Kobe Clark just innately does it all for ACU. He has 7 touchdown grabs in his last 6 games, going back to last season. Here's a handoff. Coming left, Tyrese White. Tried to bounce it out. Oh, he lost it, but it's jumped on by ACU. Truitt knocks the left guard, wisely recovers the fumble.
Tyrese White tried to use his blocker here. This ball popped loose by Dante Stewart.
At the UTPB 16-yard line.
Frustrated Jaquez Taylor, who thought, who thought maybe he could jump on that fumble. But a very heads-up play from Truitt knocks the left guard, a transfer from Oklahoma State. Second down for ACU in the red zone. Quick screen, they got Clark, he's got space, Kobe Clark, he's in, touchdown.
Make that 8 touchdowns in 6 games for the wide receiver. Kobe Clark's Stone Earl's favorite target. When he sees that space to the end zone, he's going to take off.
8 TDs in the last 7 now for Clark. That block initially, and then he was able to coast in for the TD. How about the last 4 minutes for ACU? They march down the field, then get a takeaway, and then score again. And with this extra point, 17-3 after a 5-play, 54-yard drive. And Clark's in the end zone again.
Just a great drive by the Wildcats. See once again here, Kobe Clark just taking off to the end zone. It's unfortunate for a Falcons defense that looked really strong up until this quarter.
It was that really great block by Denver Holman initially on that screen pass. And Holman, who had the initial block, you're going to see it right as the catch was being made, was really well done rather by Holman, just a redshirt freshman receiver. And you see it right there. It was quick there at the corner of your screen as Holman had the block as Clark was catching it, was able to take it in.
Yeah, just really great blocking, just a good offensive play drawn up by offensive coordinator Lamberson. See what Clayton Roberts can do now with a minute left here before halftime.
And you got to be careful because there's been some turnover issues for UTPB. They've got 2 of them here in this opening half. The interception, then that fumble that turned into a touchdown. Zepeda kicks this one, and if my eyes are showing me correctly this time, it's out the back of the end zone for the touchback. And so this drive with a minute and all 3 timeouts starts at the 25. I'll be curious to see how the Falcons attack this final possession of the half.
So we've seen their 4-minute offense. Now we get to see their 1-minute offense.
Yeah, exactly. And now, they've got the weapons to try to attack this here, but I think it comes down to what they do on these first couple of plays that may dictate the rest of the drive.
You've got to move very quickly, get some quick throws out of bounds, maybe some out routes, some slants maybe down the middle. Just try to find that quick screen play. Just got to get something quick if you are the Falcons to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
And you feel like you have to have a good play here on first down to get this thing started. Quarterbacks have told me over the years that I've covered different athletes and teams that the first play in that 2-minute is what dictates really the whole drive. From the 25, Roberts going to set up a screen. Oh, it's picked off. Jordan Pop has it. The Nebraska transfer, it's a pick 6.
3 turnovers now for the ACU defense. Just an unbelievable performance by this defense.
The defensive lineman, Jordan Pop, with a career highlight.
Just straight to him.
Look at the big man fly. Kind of rumbles in for the pick 6. That was incredible. This defense for ACU has been dominant here in this first half and now scores a touchdown of their own.
Defensive coordinator Clint Brown has got to be happy with how his defense has played so far.
Who would have thought the defensive end would have a 22-yard touchdown catch? It's a pick 6 for Pop, and all of a sudden this game is blown wide open here in the final seconds of this second quarter. Take a look.
You see Roberts here just looking for the screen pass. And Jordan Pop just comes up with a pick and tumbles his way into the end zone.
As I'm looking at that, I don't know if the intended receiver even turned around and was ready for that. It looked like the receiver or the running back was just going to continue running, and Pop just read that like a book and picked it off.
Yeah, just a great defensive play by Pop there. Kind of extending ACU's lead, making it a little bit more challenging for the Falcons to crawl their way back into this game.
So does this now turn into a situation where maybe you just take a knee and try to go to halftime? Or, I wonder how that changes the thought here for the Falcons.
I mean, you only used 8 seconds off the clock there,
right.
So I mean.
Short drive.
Yeah.
Zepeda's going to kick it. Another touchback, and you're right, still plenty of time, but now, this thing is turning for the worst for UT Permian Basin.
I think for Clayton Roberts, you just got to settle down, kind of come back to what you did last week. Finding Jordan Smart, MJ Link, who had huge games against West Texas A&M. Kind of let the game come to you a little bit and just relax against this ACU defense. But it also doesn't help, when he threw it to MJ Link earlier, that it was tipped off his hands to the defender.
We've seen a powerful Tyrese White touchdown run, a screen pass after a fumble, and now with a pick six. ACU's doing a little bit of everything here in this second quarter. 24 points in the quarter for Abilene Christian. And a flag, and I don't think they got the snap off in time. Things are going from bad to worse here for the visitors.
Yeah, ACU just a really dominant second quarter. After the first quarter, the Falcons looked really strong. Kind of struggling to come back into this game now.
So first at 15. Roberts gonna sling it again. Oh, nice touch over the top there. That's Link, who's got the first down. Had to get it over Ryan Stapp, and he did.
If there's one guy you can rely on if you're the Falcons, it's MJ Link. Just like ACU relies on Kobe Clark, MJ Link is their guy.
That'll make it first and 10 for the Falcons.
And they get out of bounds, so it stops the clock.
Fourth catch for Link in the half. Roberts, look out. Down he goes. Osaritan Obadi with a sack.
Yeah, Roberts just doesn't get it out quick enough here, as you see. Just good defensive play again. Offensive lineman just unable to get the block.
30 seconds.
I think a lot of folks had question marks about how would this ACU defense look going up against this high-powered Division II offensive UT Permian Basin. I think ACU's defense has absolutely passed the test with flying colors so far.
Absolutely. They've really stepped it up tonight after not forcing a turnover. Just really putting pressure on the quarterback, making him make some plays with his arm. Testing it a little bit after that 6-touchdown performance. It's a really dominant performance from ACU's defensive line, but also just secondary as well to force a couple interceptions and also a fumble.
Out of the timeout. Hand it off, Tilford. And work his way up to the 34. Another timeout called by ACU. They've got one left, so they're going to call them defensively and try to they'll try to have as much time left as possible here to maybe get their offense one more crack at this. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, if you're Coach Kerrigan right now, you got to go to your bread and butter here on 3rd down to try to get the chains moving a little bit before halftime. Go into halftime feeling a little bit better about your offense after this 3rd down.
So meanwhile, if they run it, and ACU would call its final timeout, then they would probably get it back and
it's a very peculiar situation.
Yeah. Just a half a minute left, not a ton of time. But it all starts with this 3rd down play call. And they're going to hand it off. It's Tilford straight ahead. And the last time out of the half for ACU. So that'll force a punt. With 30 seconds left.
On 3rd down, number 33, Tilford on the carry.
We're seeing both teams hit very hard today. The competitive maturity that Doral talked about is there for ACU. Both teams have a lot of respect for each other, as you can tell. Really just a hard-nosed game of football so far.
So ACU out of timeouts. And you figure this will be a punt from the 40-yard line.
Not a lot of time to work with, but 30 seconds is a lot of time in football.
And especially college football when the clock stops on a 1st down. It may come down to how good this punt return is for ACU. It's Jordan Brooks West back deep to return for the Wildcats. And Carson Roberts to punt it away. Oh, and ACU got there. It's a block. Loose ball. Well, now they can do a little bit more damage. Every phase of the game is perfection right now for ACU. Let's see who got there.
It's Anthony Egbo Jr., the redshirt sophomore out of Richmond, Texas. It's a huge play there on special teams to really get the momentum swinging more ACU's way.
Wow. So a pick six, a forced fumble, another interception early, now a blocked punt, and still 23 seconds for this ACU offense. They're going for the kill shot here at the end of the first half.
ACU really wreaking havoc on this Falcons team. Let's see what Stone Earl can do here.
Already in the red zone after the block punt. Earl, middle, Denver Holman, first down, no near it. He's close to the marker. Did he get there? It doesn't appear so, and that clock's going to run. So ACU's got to spike it. There's 10 seconds. And they were able to do so with 7 seconds left. And they're going to send out the field goal team now.
To me, it's very interesting with 7 seconds left to go for a field goal, because that probably leaves a little bit more time on the clock.
Were you thinking maybe throw one to the end zone quick and then do it? But they're going to kick in now, and this is going to be 26 yards for Zapata. 1 for 2 in the game. And this kick is good. That is a 27-point second quarter for Abilene Christian.
Just a very dominant second quarter as you go into halftime with a very comfortable lead. But if you're the Falcons, you gotta calm down a little bit. I think that's what Coach Kerrigan's gonna preach at halftime to his guys. Kind of come back to what they did last week against West Texas A&M and try to work their way back into this one.
All right, partner, I'll tell you, I don't think I need the computer for this scoring drive. 3 plays, 10 yards, I want to say. And then the field goal. I don't know how long it took. All right, yeah, 20 seconds. I'm double checking my work there, but hey, there we go. 3 play, 10-yard drive that ends in the field goal and a 27-3 lead. I mean, this has just been one of the great quarters you could ever have for all 3 phases of your game, your offense, your defense, and your special teams. Adam Dorrell is going to be thrilled going into halftime.
He has to be thrilled with what he's seen from his team. Really doing everything he wants that he's asked of him.
3 seconds. Will Zapata pooch this one? Yeah, he will. Sends it short. Recovered and down at the 18, and I didn't see any time come off the clock. And I don't think all 3 seconds would have run off, but the officials will get together. Get the ruling.
Clock failed to start. Please play 1 second on the game clock. First down.
Hey, you never know what can happen in 1 second, right?
You never know.
So you figure this will be a kneel down and the half, and UTPB just really needs a reset button to get this thing to halftime. They probably are thrilled to just take a knee and get to their locker room at this point, and that's what they're going to do. A second quarter that was dominated by ACU. They lead 27-3 at halftime, and we have halftime on ESPN next. Well, if you're 0 for 5 on third down and you have 5 penalties for 61 yards, you wouldn't think you'd have a 27-3 lead, but that is the case for ACU. They're +3 in the turnovers and scored 27 unanswered in the second quarter to take a big halftime lead. More halftime coming up. Abilene, Texas on a Saturday night. Glad you're with us tonight on ESPN. Halftime in Abilene, Texas. First half numbers here. Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins. Glad you're with us. 27-3. And I tell you what, it's actually a 3-0 difference in turnovers. ACU outgaining them, obviously, but 0 for 5 on third down. That really hasn't mattered. The defense has been so good for Abilene Christian in this first half.
Yeah, it's just credit to what Clint Brown and this defense kind of schemed up for the Falcons this week. It's a really dominant display by the defense where the offense really hasn't had to do as much. You know, Stern Earl, 13 of 18 in the first half, 114 yards and a touchdown. Tyrese White with a huge 40-yard run for a touchdown. They really just they've done enough to really get by, but the defense is doing everything for them, limiting Clayton Roberts to only 81 passing yards in the first half, 9 of 18. Really limiting his productivity after a huge performance last week for him. Just a really dominant first half if you're ACU.
In particular, that third line down for Purvey Basin, it shows 24 rush yards. That's on 18 attempts. They cannot run the ball here in the first half, and Tilford had the fumble, and then there was the tipped ball that was intercepted by Torrey Hargrove, and then the pick six for Jordan Pop. You and I said that was probably one of our favorite plays to watch in that first half. It's just all of this coming together that I think the coaching staff for ACU, the fans, everyone wanted to see how good can this defense be tonight. I think is a huge step forward so far for this ACU defense.
Dor mentioned it all week, wanting to force turnovers tonight. He's done that. His defense has done that for him, and it's just led to, as you can see, a 27-3 lead at halftime. And if you're the Falcons, you just got to find a way to get back into your game, get into a rhythm.
Yeah, it really incredible first half there for ACU. They're up 27-3, more halftime on ESPN coming your way in a moment. Back in Abilene, halftime on ESPN, ACU 27, UTPB 3. And no question, this game has totally been decided by what happened in that second quarter. ACU outscoring the Falcons 27-0, and Stone Earl looked good in the first half. The ACU defense was outstanding in the first half, and this is all a part of the 100th season of ACU football. Meanwhile, you couldn't have anything more opposite of that when you've got a UTPB program that's in their 6th year of football. And I tell you, but you still have two programs that are pretty much in their younger stages of where they are right now. The Falcons in just their 6th year ever. ACU in just its 9th year as a member of Division I and FCS. And it's just been an impressive showing tonight for ACU in front of their home crowd yet again.
I think this ACU crowd really needed a game like this to kind of get pumped up about football again. Being its 100th season, just a lot of history there for ACU football. And for this Falcons program, they're kind of making their own history tonight.
Sure.
Playing a D1 program with a statement win against West Texas A&M last week. They won 8 straight in D2 athletics, which is nothing that's easy to do. That's very much easier said than done. For Coach Kerrigan and what he's done for this program, it's just a testament to how he's built this program. Didn't
have anywhere near the scholarships they wanted when they were building this thing. We'll talk more about that in the second half, too, but it's really impressive. 2 wins. Then they're building it up, and all of a sudden a 5-0 spring, and now they had rattled off 8 in a row. Trail at 27-3 here tonight. And Abilene Christian, definitely the story for what they've been able to do here tonight. And again, celebrating that century mark of a program. They actually started in 1919 and took a couple of years off during the war way back when, and are now in their 9th year as a Division I FCS and first year in the Western Athletic Conference, and again, 100th year overall as a program. Here at halftime on ESPN, ACU leading 27-3. Zach Carlisle and Connor Mullins, glad you're with us tonight. Again, as we continue to talk about this history of this program, and again, ACU in its 100th season, and we're going to get a lot more about that here in just a moment. Again, 100 years history, ACU football. We're going to send it down for more on that to the third member of our team, Sarah Natick.
Thanks, guys. 2021 represents the 100th year of ACU football here in Abilene. At each home game this season, ACU will honor teams and players from each decade of the past century. Tonight they honor the 1970s, a decade that included 2 NAIA national champions, multiple NFL players, and a world record 69-yard field goal on October 16, 1976 by Oval Johansson, a record which will stand today at all levels of football. ACU will continue to celebrate Johansson's record next month as he will serve as the Grand Marshal of ACU Homecoming Parade and will be an honorary captain for the coin for ACU matchup versus Lamar on October 16th. 45 years to the day that Johansson entered the record books. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And yeah, how about that? That world record 69-yard field goal from Ovie Johansson way back when 45 years ago over at Shotwell Stadium here in Abilene. ACU played there for the longest time before moving here in 2017. Connor, you're a guy who's been around Abilene a lot and been around ACU a lot and have experienced what this program has transitioned into and seen a lot of this. And it's a historic program, no question about it, and they're continuing to make more history as we go.
Absolutely. Shotwell Stadium is just a historic stadium for this program. Played a lot of football there over the years. And then they built this stadium in 2017. And it's been unbelievable to a testament of how the staff has built this program as a D1 FCS program. There's so much history to talk about. And for UT Permian Basin, only 6 years to talk about, so it's a little bit different. But definitely some history here tonight with a very historic team and a relatively young program.
And away we go in the second half. And Blair Zepeda opens it, I think, with a touchback. I think that thing snuck out the back of the end zone there. Yes, it did, out the side. He was a little nervous about it. You could see him on the kick, making sure that thing went out the back of the end zone. So, UT Permian Basin on offense. First half for Clayton Roberts, 9 out of 18 for 81 yards, a couple of picks. They're going to try to get him settled down a little bit here in the third quarter.
I think you're also going to try to see more from Nathan Tilford. The number 18 running back in the nation, out of high school, 4-star recruit. Definitely has a lot of talent. Went to Arizona, didn't really work out there. 11 carries in the first half for him and 38 yards. So I want to see more from him and Clayton Roberts here this second half.
First down, Roberts going to throw it over the middle. It's his big tight end, Matt Zubiate, who had a huge catch of the first half. Dead quiet ever since, and he picks up 8 here. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, he breaks that tackle off of Torrey Hargrove to get a nice little start here for the Falcons. Clayton Roberts looking right over the middle, reading the middle of the defense, and finds his tight end for the first down.
Roberts going to hand it off again. A stutter step. Tilford goes nowhere. Maybe gets one. Tough yardage in the middle. Rather, that is not Tilford. That's Davis back there for UTPB. Javon Davis, a freshman from Houston. They really mixed up the running backs here tonight. And the Falcons are going to go quick. And they're going to sneak it. Roberts, did he get there? Pop's driving him backwards. They didn't blow the whistle. I'm surprised by that. They're not going to mark him all the way back at the 25. In fact, they're going to put it at the 35. And they're going to give him a first down. So they drove him 10 yards backwards, but they're going to give him forward progress and a first down.
That's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Falcons, to get your first down of the second half. And try to keep this drive alive. And get something here on your first opening drive of the second half and maybe put some points on the board.
Rushing was a bit of a challenge in that first half for the Falcons. Movement up front. That D-line for ACU playing well. Roberts taking a shot. Sideline, and it's a little too far for Jordan Smart. Believe it's Roland Williams in coverage.
He definitely has the arm strength to get it downfield. Jordan Smart just a couple steps behind to complete that catch. Only a freshman, so I feel like this connection between Roberts and Smart will only grow over time. Just not on target there.
Haven't seen a lot of the big plays from Permian Basin. And really since late in that first quarter, have had a hard time moving the ball at all. Roberts, he's just going to throw that one to the sideline. Nearest receiver would have been Kobe Robinson. And just like that, 2 incompletions, 3rd and 10.
Just really good pressure from the ACU defense to force Roberts to throw that ball out of bounds. ACU's defense really not letting up on this offensive line and forcing Roberts to make some really quick decisions.
Yeah, that D-line dominating so far for ACU. 3rd and 10. 4-man rush. Roberts has the ball lost. It's a strip, and it's going to be jumped on by the Falcons. But Jordan Popp, who had the pick 6 in the first half, got home and knocked it free, and that'll go down as a sack, and it's 4th down.
Huge play once again by Jordan Popp there with a strip sack. Roberts gets the snap off, and then just under pressure immediately by Jordan Popp. Just really quick time there by Popp to force the ball out. The Falcons recover it, thankfully for Roberts, but it's a really good defensive play once again by the Wildcats, just bouncing around all over the field.
So Roberts to punt it. Got the 1 first down and then stalled out. And Carson Roberts, this is Jordan Brooks West from the 30. Can't go anywhere there. That is well covered downfield for UTPB. Couldn't tell if that was Corey Harris or Wayne Landry maybe. Down there was at a 26 or maybe it was a 28. And if it was Zephaniah Nelson or maybe Jameel Pittman. But well done on special teams. And ACU will have it for the first time in the second half. Stone Earl in this offense started at the 30, and I think you would call it an efficient first half for the ACU offense.
Oh, absolutely. Well, a more efficient second quarter from the ACU offense. But a really just consistent performance from Earl, Tyrese White, Kobe Clark, your 3 big playmakers today.
And taking advantage of turnovers as well. Kobe Clark in motion. Now handed straight away. This is Tyrese White. No gain there. That is the linebacker, Myquan Mays. We've called his name a lot. Number 0 in the middle, the junior from Dallas.
He's got 9 tackles already tonight. It's a really dominant performance. And make that 10 tackles now for Myquan Mays.
2nd down and 10. Figure ACU is going to really try to get this run game going, use clock, and try to power this thing on the offensive line here in the second half. Pistol formation here. Earl to fake all day. Time runs out. Stone Earl is sacked. Oh, did he get it away to White? That's an incomplete pass. How about the improv skills there from Stone Earl? It's incomplete.
Never wants to go down. Just a missed block by the running back there. Just good pressure from the defense.
Oh.
Barely gets it off in time.
Yeah, if that knee would have been down, that would have been a sack. But they will say the knee stayed up, and it's an incomplete little shovel. And it brings up 3rd and 10.
It's a dangerous play by the ACU quarterback, Stone Earl.
And this is going to be reviewed, it looks like. So the question is, was his knee down or was it an incomplete pass? Who knows? Right now it's 3rd down. We'll get the ruling and take a look at it when we come back. So they looked at it during the break, and a ruling on the field is actually reversed and a sack for UTPB. At base of the knee of Stone Earl was down. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But right now it's 3rd and 18 for Abilene Christian. For Stone Earl and company, they're going to set up a screen. They will, and there's some space for Kobe Clark. Cuts back to the middle, and it will be 4th down for Abilene Christian. This is why it was 3rd and long. Watch Stone Earl and watch the knee of the QB right here go down with the ball still in his hands.
Just really good pressure by the defense, but it looks like his knee was down right as soon as he released the ball. Not enough to really overturn that play.
Yeah, so they're calling that knee down before that little shovel of the hand to Tyrese White to make it 3rd and forever, and now ACU will punt it with Logan Burke. And whistles before the punt. So, 4th and 8 becomes 4th and 13, and they're still going to punt.
Penalties have been an issue for ACU today.
That's 6 of them for Abilene Christian. Burke to the sideline. Robinson will let it go. Where will that be marked? Mark it out of bounds at the 35-yard line for UTPB when we come back. UTPB on offense trailing 27-3. So glad to have you with us tonight on ESPN Plus. Our ACUTV student-run crew, Hutton Harris and the gang in the studio. Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins, Sarah Nading. Glad you're with us. That's a bobble and an incomplete pass. And this is knocked away, nearly picked by Roland Williams, who has had a really nice game, I would say, at corner. You were pointing that out during some of the commercial breaks.
Yeah, we've said his name quite a bit tonight. ACU secondary really putting some pressure on these Falcons wide receivers. You see Roberts here. Pretty nice throw to Kobe Robinson, but the defense swarming the receiver to make that pass just more uncomfortable for the offense.
Tight windows tonight, it seems. For Roberts, he's going to do another quick one. This one caught over the middle. Jordan Smart in traffic, able to hang on and take it near the 50 for a first down. 13 yards.
Just a good play by Roberts there. Tight window, like you said. Just a quick throw down the middle to get a first down.
From 48 back to the ground. We've seen just a multitude of backs tonight for UTPB. This, I believe, is Kevin Young. Yes, it is. The freshman from Cedar Hill, Texas, takes it for a yard.
You haven't seen much of Tilford tonight in this second half. You've seen a combination of some freshman running backs.
See Young tonight. We've seen Davis, some Tilford. None of Walker is listed as the second man on that depth chart for the Falcons. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Back to Young, back up the middle, and he lost the ball again. Another fumble for UTPB. ACU thinks it's theirs, and it is. Another turnover.
Just really unfortunate there for Kevin Young to lose the ball on the carry, and ACU just gobbles it up once again.
Kadron Johnson recovers the fumble. After it was poked free, Johnson's had himself a night as well. It's this defensive line that just continues to make plays for ACU. That's the 4th Permian Basin turnover.
Just a very dominant performance by the defense.
45-yard line, another good starting field position for ACU. On the ground with Anthony Smith coming left, big hole. Stiff arm. Flag down as he's inside the 40. Chance this may be coming back. You never know, but it's towards the edge where Smith got that ability to break free. Was there a reason why? We shall see. Tell us about it, Vidal Jones.
Holding. Number 81, offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's first down.
So they don't back it up right at the line of scrimmage. They back it up from the spot, which was the 46. So it turns into 1st and 19.
Yeah, just a huge play by the running back. Comes back to bite you again. ACU with now 7 penalties in this game.
Always teachable moments, right?
Absolutely.
For ACU, and Coach Adam Dorrell will definitely discuss that. So on first down, take it off. Stone Earl out near the 50 gets a huge chunk of the penalty back and then some. He's going to set up 2nd and 6, a 13-yard run for the QB.
Yeah, you can see once again here, Stone Earl just
Stone Earl with the quarterback keeper.
looks for the receiver and then just takes off
He's brought down after a gain of 4
to get some yards using his feet. We've seen him run around a little bit tonight, but he just keeps it and tucks it in and runs for it there.
Levon Barnett with the tackle. Smith on to carry, straight ahead and straight through the heart of that Falcon defense, and he's right at the marker, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, this combo of Anthony Smith and Tyrese Wright is really working for ACU tonight. This defense is kind of, as you mentioned before, kind of on their heels right now. ACU trying to keep them on their heels and not get penalties.
Approaching the halfway mark of the third. Ground game for the Wildcats. Going to be a big emphasis, you figure, the rest of this one. 27 points in the second quarter. Here's Smith again. Ooh, he takes a shot right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gains one from Jaquez Tyler, the sophomore from San Antonio.
Jaquez Tyler just with a big hit there on the running back. His 2nd tackle of the game tonight.
So if the offense subs, remember that gives the defense a chance to substitute as well, and UTPB takes advantage of that. Some fresh D linemen. And after the 1-yard gain, Lewis, the man in motion. Earl going to throw it back. Oh my goodness. This is, that should be an illegal touch. And also, is it a catch? If it's a catch, no, they're going to mark it incomplete, but there is a lot to sort out here. You can't throw it to a lineman.
Yeah, a lot going on there. As we see here.
Look at this. Right in the gullet. We're going to hear from Jones, the referee.
There's no foul for illegal touching. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Is there no flag?
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't think Reese Moore is an eligible receiver. So they are just going to rule that an incomplete pass. That's a new one for me. 3rd and 9. No penalty on the Wildcats right there. And you can just see Justin Kerrigan, the head coach of the Falcons, with his hands in the air. Earl throws over the middle. This is caught on the loose down the sideline. Noah Caldwell down inside the 25. 19 yards to the backup tight end, his first catch of the year.
Noah Caldwell was the one that had the holding penalty on that play for Anthony Smith. Just a big play there to kind of rebound off that penalty. It's a really good play by the tight end. Good protection by the offensive line. Earl finds the receiver, breaks the tackle, and it's green grass.
First down of the 24. Tyrese White left side, down inside the 20, still going. Boy, he has been impossible to tackle tonight, hasn't he?
He's been quite the workhorse for the Wildcats tonight. Him and Anthony Smith just really splitting the carries pretty evenly. White's 8 carry. Smith's had 7. Stone Earl's had 4.
There's Clark who had a touchdown in the first half, part of that 27-point second quarter. After the 8-yard pickup for White, I formation. We got a fullback alert. Don't see that a lot in 2021, but he's a lead blocker, and this is White, and he's got the first down. That's how you do it, right? You put in a fullback, Reese Stafford, the redshirt freshman from Frisco. He leads the way, and the running back, White, picks up the first down.
Yeah, Stafford had a touchdown last week. Just a really strong block there by him to give White the gap for the first down.
Injury down on the field for UT Permian Basin. They'll tend to him, and we will step away. Injury timeout. ACU driving inside the 20-yard line, up 27-3. That was Darian Forge, starting linebacker for the UTPB Falcons, who was hurt on the play prior to the timeout. ACU goes quickly out of that huddle, and Earl going to flip it. This is Davion Johnson. He's 1-on-3, tries to reverse field. Guess who was there first? Myquan Mays. This kid flies all over the field for UTPB.
Myquan Mays really the leader of this defense, as we've seen tonight. You see him swarm Davion Johnson there. Number 0 just tackling number 9, swarming the ball.
You know, it's interesting because we were talking to offensive coordinator Josh Lamberson for Abilene Christian, who said that Johnson's one of those guys you can't tackle him in a phone booth with how quick he is. That's word for word right there, quoting Coach Lamberson, and that was just a really well-done play by Mays, the linebacker. That's a loss of 5 on the play. Second down, Tyrese White. This has worked all night long, going left, churning down to the 10. So he picks up 6 or 7. Third down coming up for ACU. They need to get to the 4 for a first, a 3 rather.
Last week we saw ACU really kind of air it out with their quarterback, Stone Earl, getting 6 touchdowns. Tonight we're seeing more of the ground game come into play here in the second half in the third quarter. Tyrese White and Anthony Smith leading the way with first team all-conference Southland player last year, Jeremiah Dobbins, out tonight.
No Dobbins and really no problem tonight. ACU's run for 140 yards. Third down, Earl rolls out, throws back. It's Clark. Gets rid of one at first, and now he's down inside the 10, and there's a flag down anyway. This thing's coming back. This looks like a hold on ACU. Let's find out. Maybe. Vidal Jones, he'll tell us here in a second. I got to be more patient with him.
Holding. Number 59 of the offense. It's declined. It's fourth down.
So UTPB declines the hold. And it is fourth down, and ACU will send out the field goal team. Blair Zepeda, 2 for 3 tonight.
ACU just trying to extend their lead even further here.
Made it from 30 and 26, missed from 36. This is 24. Zepeda, a redshirt sophomore out of Richardson, Texas. Logan Burke, the punter, is the holder. And the kick looks like it was blocked, and it is going to be short. That's no good. Someone got a hand on that for UTPB. Let's see if we can find out. Might have been right off the edge, maybe?
Jacquez Tyler there on the deflection. Seeing a lot of special teams action happening tonight. A lot of blocks, missed field goals.
Let's see if we take a look at this one more time.
Comes
It was
right
whoever
off the
was
edge.
lined up on the edge there, yeah. Get a hand on that. How about that? 2 for 4 now tonight as ACU with the kicks. So that one was blocked, and Permian Basin takes over at the 20-yard line.
Just a big block there by the Falcons. Maybe to get some points on the board here with their offense.
No scoring so far in this third quarter. Roberts hands off. Tries left side, and that is a play made by Christopher Satterfield on the running back Davis. 4-yard pickup on first down.
Good start to the drive for the Falcons.
Looks like a new quarterback. Sutton Sapien, freshman from Midland, number 12. Yes, it is. This is Davis on the carry. And he breaks free. Nice run. Takes it to the 35-yard line, but there is a flag down.
Davis again on the carry. We have a flag on the play.
Right at or just behind the line of scrimmage.
Legal formation. More than 5 players in the backfield. Offense. 5 yards from previous spot. Second down.
So that's coming back. They try to run it with Davis, but now we're going to see the freshman from Midland, Texas, Sutton Sapien, out there on the field.
Yeah, Sutton Sapien started out at UTSA just like Clayton Roberts did. Midland's pretty close to Odessa, so let's see if he can bring something for the Falcons.
Sapien this year, just 2 pass attempts, 1 for 2 on the season. It did go for 19 yards, though. As Davis is the man in motion, and Sapien's going to keep it. Tries to take on a linebacker at a safety, and he'll pick up 4 or so, third down coming up. Not easy to do going up against guys like Brian Bullock, the safety, and Hunter Keir, the linebacker, for a quarterback. Even if he does stand at 6'3". Third and 6. Sapien's going to throw it, sideline route, incomplete. And I don't know, there it looked like it might have been a miscommunication between Sapien and Jordan Smart, the receiver, but that will be incomplete in the 4th down, time to punt for the Falcons.
Intended for number 10, Jordan Smart.
It's an interesting decision to pull Clayton Roberts out of the game at this point. Maybe they just want a fresh start with Sutton Sapien and see what he can bring here at Wildcat Stadium tonight.
And we can't confirm it. We don't know if it was injury related. It doesn't appear to be, but not 100% on that. I don't believe so, though. Nothing showed me that the previous time that UTPB had the ball. Punt from Roberts. Fair catch, 35-yard line for Tyrese White. Or rather for Jordan Brooks West. 41-yard boot. ACU offense again.
For this ACU offense, you're kind of looking to give it to your workhorses again. Maybe use Tyrese White and Anthony Smith to kind of run down this clock a little bit. Just wind the defense down.
ACU from the 35-yard line now. So take a look at, the scoring in this game is weird. 3-0 in the first quarter. We haven't seen any points in the third, and then just a 27 spot from ACU in the second quarter, most of that coming late as well. Wildcats back on offense with Stone Earl and company. Big hole up the middle here for Anthony Smith. Takes it for 11 yards right through the heart of that Falcon defense for a first down.
Yeah, just a great, strong run there to open your drive against this defense.
Was he even touched until he got about 10 yards? That's great blocking.
Great blocking up front. Frees the way for him.
Well done by our crew to catch that offensive line right there of Reese Moore, Truett Knox, Colin James, Jacob Thielen, Derek Simmons as well. First down, ACU on the handoff or on the edge. There's a flag down. Jordan Brooks West. There's a second flag down. There's a third flag coming. Wow. Just laundry everywhere. It's laundry night tonight.
So something happened on that play.
That's my one cheesy line for the night, I promise. Laundry night on a Saturday. 3 flags. There's a lot to sort out.
Just like laundry.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Ah, that's well done. One came from the far side, then one the near side, then one came from about 30 yards away from the back judge.
Well, Jordan Brooks West is getting swarmed up by the defense.
No kidding. That went for no gain.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Legal motion. Number 13 of the offense. Personal foul. Number 18 of the defense. Penalties will offset. It's first down.
Well, that was a hot mic down there on the field, was it not?
Yeah, just a lot happening there.
It's either
to sort
laundry
out.
night or it's
Yeah.
open mic night. One of the
Yeah.
two. I don't know. But it's all of that offsets, and it's first down.
After the offsetting penalties, the ball still spotted at the ACU.
So after
46
all of that, it's first and 10 at the 46-yard line. We learned nothing.
Time for the ACU offense to reset after that one.
I guess. I think all of us can reset after that. Pistol formation. Final minute of this third. Earl, they roll him out a ton. He's got a huge arm. Time runs out. Earl's going to throw, and he's got Clark. No, and it's tapped away there at the last second. A great defensive play by Jaquez Tyler. Thought maybe he had Clark there after Earl was rolling out to his right.
Tyler just making another big play after they blocked field goal. Just comes up big there. Stone Earl has a ton of time by his offensive line. Looking for the receiver downfield, rolls out to his right, finds Clark. Clark's just unable to hang on to it. Good coverage there by Tyler.
And that's Tyler. That was really well done. Great job by our crew to catch that as well. Second down and 10. Here is Smith, and maybe he slipped. Did he lose the ball there too? No, I don't think he did, but trying to stay patient behind that line and not much doing it. All of a sudden, it's just a 2-yard pickup.
Mike Mays there again on the play.
Seen a lot of him and Tyler tonight. Those two have really stood out to me. What do you think?
Yeah, Stewart, Mays, Tyler, as you mentioned, just a lot of them making some big plays on defense tonight. Stewart and Mays both having 11 tackles now.
3rd and 8 for Abilene Christian tonight. They are 1 for 8 on 3rd down. Earl, clean pocket all day. He's going to take off. Not quite what he was hoping to do there. That was great coverage in a secondary and a play made by Jameel Pittman. After all of that, the linebacker brings up 4th down. But, oh, my goodness, Stone Earl had all day. Just nobody was open.
Yeah, that's 2 plays now where you've seen him have all day. Unfortunately, didn't end the way they wanted to.
4th quarter coming up. Start of quarter number 4 here in Abilene, Texas. Tonight, Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins serenading our whole ACUTV student-run crew, the Western Athletic Conference, tonight on ESPN. Logan Burke's going to punt it. Got to love starting the 4th with a punt. And this thing going to hop into the end zone for a touchback. And it will be UT Permian Basin on offense here as we get started in quarter number 4. Big shout out to our ACUTV student run crew, Hutton Harris and the whole gang in the studio. Doing a great job tonight. So how about this UT Permian Basin offense? Boy, they have had a hard time moving it at all. ACU's defense is dominated, and now we are seeing the backup quarterback into the game as well. Sudden Sapien the last couple of drives. It's been tough sledding tonight for an offense that's been really good the first couple of weeks.
It definitely has. Sudden Sapien here just looking to get something going here in the 4th.
They're going to start with it on the ground. And Jordan Pop, what a night. Pop from the defensive end spot. He has just been everywhere. That's 3 solo tackles. He's got a tackle for loss. He's got an interception. Taking it back for a touchdown. This guy has done everything tonight for the Wildcats.
He's been everywhere.
2nd down and 10. Up the middle, good burst for 5 yards. Davis again. We've seen a lot of Davis here tonight. 3rd and 3, call it 3rd and 5 coming up. They need the 30. I love the helmet, the logo on the helmet for UT Permian Basin. That falcon there on the side of the black helmet. The orange looks good under the lights. The all gray unis tonight. Third down. And a little bit wide, but Sapien had MJ Link there in the flat, but there's a flag down in the secondary.
We have a flag on the play.
It was a good read by Sapien. Had a lot of time in the pocket. It's able to connect with the receiver, but it might not matter.
We've seen a lot of Vidal Jones tonight. Been a ton of flags in the game.
Holding, number 2, defense. 10 yards from the previous spot. It's an automatic first down.
And that is Christopher Satterfield with the defensive hold. Eight penalties on Abilene Christian tonight. We've seen 11 accepted penalties and a lot more flags thrown as well throughout the course of the game. So a first down at the 35. Davis, reverse. This is Robinson who can run into Abilene Christian territory. Still going. That little stiff arm past Coy Richardson to take it down to the 42.
Yeah, well, you saw 95, Jack Schultz there tackling the guy on the other end of the field, but a good trickery play by the Falcons. Finally getting some momentum moving here for the Falcons. Just good trickery there. Offensive line leading the play, blocking downfield. It's a good, solid run by Kobe Robinson, the junior out of Permian.
Here's a fake and a throw, and here's Robinson again. So after they dig into the bag of tricks for 23 yards, they then find Robinson for 7 more to the 35. Little something going here for UTPB in the fourth.
Yeah, Robinson's definitely their big play guy. Coming into tonight at 156 yards, 13 receptions.
And that 13 grabs was a team best coming into the ball game. Sapien, who's looked good tonight, fakes it on the run and back to Robinson, his favorite target of the game. Chike Nwankwo is going to drag him down from behind, but a first down for the Falcons to the 27.
Yeah, just a good read by Sapien once again, moving with his feet. Pressure comes from Jack Schultz again. Just another good play by Kobe Robinson, breaks the tackle. Seems like every time he gets to the ball, he makes the defender miss.
Fun receiver to watch. He's in the slot. At the top of your screen, they're going to hand it off. Davis bounces off of one. Just a lot of positive yards on the drive to the 21-yard line goes Davis.
I think this has been probably the most impressive drive we've seen from the Falcons so far. Maybe that change of quarterback was needed.
Injury down there for ACU. Can't tell who it is, but we'll find out when we come back. Injury timeout. After the timeout, second down and 4 to the injury for ACU. It was Trey Adams, the backup linebacker, who's being tended to on the sideline. This is Sapien who fakes and now dumps it off, and it's caught, but behind the line of scrimmage. Immediate tackle there by Tristan Anderson on Jordan Smart. Ball took a little bit too long, I think, to get to Smart there on the edge.
Yeah, Smart was waving for it. He was wide open at first. And then Sapien pump faked it to him and then decided to throw it to him after that. So I think it's just a little bit of miscommunication there.
3rd and 5 on what's been a very promising and very exciting drive for UT Permian Basin. This has been really impressive from Sapien and company. Davis, the man in motion. ACU brings 4. Sapien steps through, gonna take off. Got some room. Down near the 10, he's got the first down. Decides to take it with his legs, and he runs it for big 9 yards and a first down.
Might as well take what the defense gives you, right? Just don't even throw downfield, just tuck it in and run, and can just get some positive yards. As you see here, he's looking downfield, pressure from the defense, just evades it, and gets a really nice positive yardage play.
Going to hand it off. Davis coming right and made a move in space. taking it down to the 5. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown. UTPB gets their first time in the end zone tonight, and it is Davis. Made a great move in space and takes it home for 6.
Just a great move by Davis to get the touchdown. Really good blocking by the offensive line. 9 plays, 80 yards, just over 4 minutes. Really strong drive by Sapien in this offense.
And down by 18, they're going to go for 2 to try to make it a 16-point game, to try to make it 2 possessions. So they're going to go for the 2-point try. And Sapien takes a snap. Oh, I'm not sure here. That is incomplete, and that looked strange from the start. Matt Zubiade, I think, was the intended target. What in the world happened here? Nothing good. 2-point try, no good. The touchdown is 27-9 in the 4th. So a 9-play, 80-yard drive that took 4 minutes for UTPB. They would decide to go for 2 after the Davis touchdown to try to make it a 16-point game. They weren't able to do so. And this will be a kickoff from Hayden DeCosis, the sophomore from League City, Texas. Will they go onside here with 10:45? Well, we got a flag. Well, we got a timeout. Timeout called by ACU. Trying to figure out what type of kickoff UTPB would like to do there. So a timeout on the field. So a timeout, ACU will take one with them. All right, 10:47 left. Abilene Christian up by 18. All right, back in Abilene, and UT Permian Basin was ready to kick off. ACU called timeout. Now they're going to pooch this thing down the middle of the field, and Denver Holman is going to pick it up for Abilene Christian. And down he goes across the 35-yard line. So after all that, they decide to pooch it down, and it's ACU ball. Let's give UT Permian Basin. Here's what they're doing next 4 games, going to Western New Mexico. Then they're going up to Canada to play Simon Fraser, Lincoln, and then heading to Angelo State. Lone Star Conference play next 4 weeks for the Falcons. How about a trip to Canada in a couple of weeks?
Quite a ways from Odessa, Texas.
Should be a fun trip for the boys in grade tonight. ACU on offense, leading 27-9, but Peyton Mansell in there, quarterback Kobe Clark. He's got some space, makes a move, and is close to a first down, maybe a half-yard shy. Outside of some defensive plays for ACU, this has been a pretty close contested game. Late in the second quarter, things got out of hand for UTPB, but otherwise, it's been a pretty close game here tonight.
Yeah, very even game. I mean, 207 yards for the Falcons, 303 for ACU, so that explains why they're up right now. But really, this team doesn't really look like much of a D2 program, if I'm being completely honest. They look very competitive, very hard-nosed.
And it's just been the turnover bug.
Turnover battle won it.
So far tonight, that's a 9-yard gain for Clark. Under 10 to play in the ball game. ACU hands to Tyrese White, churns the legs, keeps going, and takes it to the 43-yard line and a gain of 10.
I really think the biggest difference for ACU tonight against the Falcons defense has been their run game. You know, they got 154 yards of rushing yards heading into this drive. They're kind of wearing this defense down a little bit.
JT Walker was hobbling off the field there for the Falcons. The starting safety number 4. So they'll tend to him on the sideline. The clock continues to run. And if you're Abilene Christian, you're in absolutely no hurry to snap the ball.
And Mansell back at center.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that switching here for ACU tonight between Stone Earl and Peyton Mansell. To you, is that something that can be positive, or can that be negative sometimes too when you're looking at it like that in terms of rhythm?
I think it's good for both of them to get reps, but it does throw off your rhythm a little bit.
First down, Mansell fakes. Time to throw. Screen to Clark. He's been busy tonight. Kobe Clark keeps his feet and goes inside the 40-yard line. And Clark's 9th catch of the game. takes that one for 5. He's got 92 yards and a TD tonight.
Yeah, he's been very consistent all season. Just a really good play there again by him to get some positive yards.
He's brought down after a gain of 5 at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
To the 38-yard line. ACU gets closer to field goal range. There's been a couple of kicking issues tonight. 2 for 4 is Zepeda. Here is White. He's got a lane and a crease and speed down the sideline and takes it to the 20-yard line. 18 yards as he's wrangled down at the end, but Tyrese White has looked really good tonight for ACU.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Mansell under center. Hands it to White. White finds the seam really quickly. Just breaks downfield. And Dante Stewart there on the tackle.
That is 12 carries now for 103 yards. White is averaging almost 9 yards a carry tonight.
Quite the performance from the senior.
Now back in the I formation under center. Back to the ground. Good cut. Anthony Smith takes it down inside the 10, and he sets up 1st and goal. 16 yards. There's been some tough running from White and Smith tonight for ACU.
Yeah, it seems like Mansell is handing it off to White, and Earl is handing it off to Smith. Both running backs just really putting it on this defense.
Injured Falcon appeared, but then Jacquez Tyler gets up. Appears to be okay, so it's 1st and goal at the 4. But Tyler jogs off under his own power. Fun player to watch tonight.
Absolutely, and I think since Stone is still in, I guess they're going to hand off to Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
He's out there too.
But if you're the Falcons defense, you have to get a stop to really kind of stay in this game.
White and Smith have combined for 22 carries and 172 yards. They're going to give it. It is Smith, and he's going to go in for the touchdown.
Just a great play there again by Smith. Finds the open hole. Just a good read by him. Great blocking by the offensive line, who's really come together and played really well tonight. As you can see here on the replay, Earl hands it off to Smith. Smith just finds the hole really quickly. Just breaks it into the end zone to extend their lead here in the 4th quarter. 1st touchdown of the half.
Touchdown last week for Smith. He's got one tonight as well. And it is the first points of the second half for ACU. After 27 in the second quarter, they get that touchdown, and Zepeda knocks home the extra point. 6 plays, 62 yards. Anthony Smith in the end zone. ACU up 25. ACU 34 and UTPB 9, and first points of the second half for Abilene Christian. So Wildcats will send this thing away with Blair Zepeda after that 6-play, 62-yard drive. Ended with that Anthony Smith touchdown. Zepeda's been toying with that sideline quite a bit. Here is Davis from the 2. Gets a crease. Flags are down everywhere as he's across the 25. Trying to get a burst, but typically flags on any return mean it's coming back most of the time, I guess, if we had to assume.
And you send it down to Vidal again.
Yeah, it's been our 3rd broadcaster, 4th broadcaster tonight.
Number 28, the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. It's 1st down. Number 31 of the return team must remain out of the game for 1 play. The helmet did not come off as a result of the foul.
All right, we got the penalty down, and here's ACU. Upcoming schedule, they start on the road next week at Lamar. Their first FCS game of the year. Central Arkansas on ESPN Plus. In 2 weeks' time, we'll have that one for you at Eastern Kentucky. And then they'll be home again as well. So 3 of the next 4 right here on ESPN+. They start to piece together the WAC ASUN Challenge portion of the schedule. Here's a handoff from the hands of Sudden Sapien and into the arms of Davis. It's been busy tonight. Javon Davis, that's a 7th carry for UTPB, but there really hasn't been a lot of space to run. That ACU D line, we've talked about it, has had itself a night.
Yeah, they really have, really forcing the running backs to really earn every yard they can.
2nd down. We'll give it to Davis here. Just when we say it, they break some tackles. A nice run as he crosses the 20 for a first.
Number 22,
Another nice run by Davis to get the first down.
He's brought down at the Falcons.
Only a
20-yard
freshman.
line.
Got a bright future ahead of UTPB.
By number 22, Coy Richardson.
Stands at just 5'5" at 160 pounds out of Houston.
Kind of gets lost in that defense.
That's right. Hard to see him back there. First down at the 21. Back to him again. Well, he is a feisty guy to try to bring down. Find some space, and he's got that low center of gravity. Hard to bring him down when he's coming at you full head of steam.
Definitely breaking some tackles. A lot of speed moving downhill.
I think he's definitely stood out. Someone we weren't expecting to make as many big plays as he had. And then Kobe Robinson, I think the receiver, has really stood out. You were talking about that throughout the course of the game here tonight.
Absolutely.
Robinson, 4 catches. MJ Link, 4 catches. See if Sapien goes to the air. He will. To the outside. Another good receiver, Jordan Smart. Takes it to the 40. I tell you what, this offense has had a little boost to it here with Sudden Sapien, the backup quarterback. Not that it didn't with Clayton Roberts. They were moving it at times, but Sapiens looked really good tonight.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure if the CCU defense expected Sapien to really play, and that's obviously showing here. Sapien really getting the ball moving a lot better than Roberts was against this defense.
After the 9-yard completion. Time to throw. Time runs out. Being chased. And nearly picked along the sideline. It's been a fun night for Roland Williams. We've seen a lot of celebrations from number 15 in white for ACU.
Yeah, he's kind of flowing everywhere on this defense tonight.
Definitely an exciting kid, Richard Jr., transfer from Richmond, from Arlington, Tennessee. Clint Brown was telling us lots of energy, plays hard. Kind of like former ACU corner Adonis Davis from a couple of years ago. Here's a handoff up the middle here. And that is back to the ground to Kevin Young Jr.
Number 20, Kevin
And a first down pickup.
He's brought down by number 41.
Just another solid positive yard play by the Falcons. Kind of getting things moving here with
Ball now spotted at the
the fourth quarter underway with about 4 minutes left, keeping the defense on their heels.
From the 46. Sapien to throw this off the fake. He's looking deep for their biggest play of the night. It is juggled and nearly picked as he was looking for Jordan Smart. Down there defending Elijah Moffitt, the safety, nearly came up with the interception.
Yeah, good throw by Sapien, but kind of dangerous to throw into double coverage. Moffitt just can't come down with it. Jordan Smart, the intended receiver,
Broken up on the play by number 7,
just taking shots downfield. Maybe try and build some confidence if you're Sapien as the backup quarterback to Roberts.
for the Falcons.
So 2nd down and 10. Handoff, nothing doing.
Number 12, Sudden Sapien.
He had nowhere to go on that
Yeah,
one.
that was strange.
He's brought down for a loss of a yard. At the Falcons' 45-yard line.
So from the 45-yard line, we'll set up 3rd down and 11 as we approach 4 minutes to go here tonight. So if you're UT Permian Basin, you got You know, I think there's some positives to take away here tonight, but more importantly, they really just shot themselves in the foot at the end of that second quarter. If you take that away, to me, this was a really competitive game from that side of the ball, as Sapien's going to throw a juggle. Is it a catch? Yes, it is at the 41-yard line. That is a really nice catch by Balin Ware, the junior from Waco.
Yeah, really nice play by Sapien. Just an even better play by the receiver. To beat the coverage, keep both feet in bounds. Solid play by the offense. We're seeing some new life come from this UTPB team that has really fought tonight against ACU. I think that's credit to what Coach Kerrigan has said to his team this week in their preparation.
Boy, they got the right guy for the job there, don't they?
Absolutely.
In Midland, Odessa area. 41-yard line. Down the middle, and that's incomplete. Chike Wankwo, the linebacker, in coverage. Late flag comes, and a couple of them do. This might be a defensive foul on ACU. The intended target was Brock Johnson, the freshman backup tight end. This is going against Abilene Christian. Flag came out late, but looked to be pretty valid. Let's find out.
Holding. Number 9, defense. It's a 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Chike Wankwo in coverage of Brock Johnson. They try to find the tight end down the middle.
Just another penalty by ACU.
But there's Wankwo in coverage. And they called the hold. Sometimes you get the interference if they don't turn the head, you know, play like that. But that time flag for the hold. First down at the 31. Sapien fakes, throws. Williams was the closest one there again. A little too much on that one.
Sapien's definitely got the arm strength. Just seems like to me he doesn't have the chemistry that Roberts has with his receivers. You know, Smart and Link and Ware. Just got to find a little bit of a rhythm now that your red zone offense is here with 3 minutes left. See what Sapien has in store.
On second down, a screen to the outside. MJ Link, and there's Wankwo and that defense with Moffitt as well. Another flag down. Boy, this has just been littered with yellow flags tonight.
Yeah, you see MJ Link there getting his first catch of the second half.
Quite honestly, it's been a pretty sloppy game. And the turnovers on the one side, then the flags on the ACU side. There's been a ton of them tonight.
Yeah, I think that's ACU's 10th penalty now.
Legal block below the waist. Number 9 of the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Second down.
So they're going to call the illegal block there. So this one goes on UTPB. That's their 5th penalty tonight. Can't block low.
Makes the drive a little bit more difficult for the Falcons.
And it's enforced from the end of the play. They need the 21-yard line. It's second down and 22. Sapien fakes. Oh, and he lost the ball. He was stripped of the ball, and he's going to get it back across midfield. Now they're back on their own side of the 50. Can't tell who got there. There were a couple of Wildcats. Kadron Johnson was one of them. Osaritan Obadi was another.
Yeah, really good pressure by the D-line again for ACU. Saw that a lot in the second quarter. Haven't seen a lot of it in the second half, but just a really good play there by Kadron Johnson and Osaritan Obadi.
Now it is absolutely third and forever. 3rd and 30. And ACU is going to call a timeout defensively. Timeout with 2:19 to go. On 3rd down and 30. If you're ACU, obviously some things to clean up, but I think for sure you got to like what this defense showed tonight. I feel like there was some growth there. Offensively, maybe still some work to do, but overall the feeling's probably positive from Abilene Christian's side.
I think Doral's going to be thrilled with how his defense played tonight. And I think once you get Dobbins back to this running back score, you're going to be looking really strong. Get a three-headed running back core with Smith, White, and Dobbins. That's going to be really tough to stop for any team. And I think with his receivers, you know, they got a lot of talent. Just seems tonight like Clark's been the main guy to go to. Nobody else really stepping up other than Clark on the stat sheet. You know, Clark's got 9 receptions, 92 yards. I think they're going to be really happy with where they are there heading into next week at Lamar.
Flag down.
Breaking the huddle with 12. It's a 5-yard penalty, third down.
Well, you got to hate the illegal substitution out of a timeout.
That penalty moves the ball back to the Falcons' 44-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 35.
I think Doral's going to be thrilled with how his defense played tonight. And I think once you get Dobbins back to this running back score, you're going to be looking really strong. Get a three-headed running back core with Smith, White, and Dobbins. That's going to be really tough to stop for any team. And I think with his receivers, you know, they got a lot of talent. Just seems tonight like Clark's been the main guy to go to. Nobody else really stepping up other than Clark on the stat sheet. You know, Clark's got 9 receptions, 92 yards. I think they're going to be really happy with where they are there heading into next week at Lamar.
Flag down.
Breaking the huddle with 12. It's a 5-yard penalty, third down.
Well, you got to hate the illegal substitution out of a timeout.
That penalty moves the ball back to the Falcons' 44-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 35.
There might be more flags in this game than handoffs. I mean, this is getting crazy. I mean, my goodness, this drive, they got to get to the ACU 21. They're at the 44. Sapien dumps it off underneath, forever to go. Nothing doing. John Brannon on the tackle. And I think on the catch is Gunnar Absek, a freshman from Cedar Park, Texas. So 4th and forever. Time to punt after you started that series of downs from the 31-yard line.
And if you're ACU, you're just going to try to run out the clock here. Maybe get a Quay Walton in there if you're ACU at running back and try to get him to run this game out.
It's interesting. We've seen Quay Walton the first couple of weeks for Abilene Christian. Nothing tonight from him. It's been just White and Smith back there, running backs.
He's another running back that's really, really strong for ACU.
Very deep group. This is a punt. Jordan Brooks West going to let it go. Stops up at the 10-yard line, so a 36-yard punt. A minute 32 to go, and ACU on their way to a 2-1 record. So now the evaluation period for Abilene Christian is basically over. Now the quote-unquote real part of the schedule begins. Off they go next week to Beaumont, Texas for the matchup with Lamar. They'll see them twice this year.
Yeah, 8 straight conference games for the Wildcats with the WAC and the A-Sun. Going to be really, really tough for the Wildcats to kind of get some victories after this game tonight.
Peyton Mansell back in at quarterback. We don't expect to see Stone Earl the rest of the way. And there is Quay Walton. You mentioned it. He's still going. He's still running out to the 29-yard line, give him 18 yards. Quay Walton, the freshman, back for ACU out of Waco, Texas.
I've been really impressed with the offensive line tonight and their cohesion and giving the seams and the gaps that the running backs need to find where they need to go, see the green grass, just get that good vision going. So credit to the offensive line for what they've done against a really dominant UTPB defense.
Toss it here. Walton, a stiff arm and knocked down near the line of scrimmage. And you named it, it probably was Jaquiz Tyler. He is back out there and continues to make plays for this Permian Basin defense.
And Darian Forge out there again as well.
Very excited for what UTPB can do in the Lone Star Conference. It's a great football league, but this is a team that showed it in the spring. Very excited about what they can do in the fall. Bright future for sure with head coach Justin Kerrigan in this group.
You know, they've won 8 straight, so they're definitely on the up and up.
Walton straight handoff again. through the 35-yard line. Octavia Spencer on the tackle. ACU, I don't believe, has to run another play.
He's brought down by number 18, Octavia Spencer.
Abilene Christian's going to go to 2-1. UTPB 2-1. But again, they'll try to keep that win streak alive against Division II teams in next week as well. ACU back-to-back wins.
Really strong performance from the Wildcats tonight, but a great showing by the Falcons. You got to hang your head high after that performance.
Well done tonight, partner. Final score is Abilene Christian 34, UTPB 9. It's been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Until next time, Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullen, serenading the whole crew led by Hutton Harris, saying so long, take care, good night from Abilene, Texas.